visual deception. Inflatable vehicles like tanks could be positioned by just a few people, but they looked suspiciously close to the real thing.
Now that we know that the majority of Nazis were just like meth heads, I do love the idea of like one of them just like flipping over an inflatable tank and thinking they're fucking Superman until someone really proves their shit wrong. With everything going on, with the chaos of the upcoming election...
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
I figured it'd be nice to focus on something a little more lighthearted, like World War II. So recently I got into a conversation with someone at work about one of my favorite parts of World War II history, Ghost Army.
Do you want to talk about World War II?
What?
Do you want to talk about World War II?
And it was amazing to me about how many people actually haven't heard about this unit even existing. Which blows my mind, because in my opinion, it's probably one of the coolest things we've ever done. So I figured instead of talking about the most recent YouTube drama, I don't know, it'd be nice to learn something. So I took some notes, I got my facts straight, and I figured it'd be nice to talk about, in my opinion, one of the coolest things about World War II history there is. Ghost Army. Now, the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops, was otherwise referred to as the Ghost Army, was the first unit of its kind. An entire division just solely to specialize in deception and manipulation. Pretty much an entire unit to specialize in fucking with the Nazi sense of reality.
It's the end.
Using inflatable tanks, fake aircraft. I mean, they would even mount speakers on the back of Jeeps to create like auditory illusions.
Of sounds to either lure or startle prey into...
Is that the video?
And this roughly 1,100 man unit was armed with nothing heavier than 50 caliber machine guns. Now this unit was tasked with going behind enemy lines to appear like a much larger force in order to draw the attention of the enemy. Ghost Army was created by London-based American military planners Colonel Billy Harris and Major Ralph Ingersoll. Now this entire unit was a carefully selected group of artists, engineers, professional soldiers, draftees, now many of which were West Point graduates and also Army Specialized Training Program participants. This unit also had members of the 603rd Camouflage Engineers, the 3132nd and the 3133rd Signal Service Company Special, and the 406th Combat Engineers to handle security. Many other members of this unit were recruited out of art schools and advertising agencies. And if there's one group of people that know about manipulation, it's people who advertise. Now, a large number of the ghost soldiers in their civilian lives were actors, set designers, architects, engineers, even lawyers. Now, some of the unit's members also include fashion designer Bill Blass, painter Ellsworth Kelly, and photographer Art Kane, amongst others. Under the command of Army veteran Colonel Harry L. Reeder, they were given the mission to go behind enemy lines and simulate 2 full divisions, which would have consisted of approximately 30,000 men. Now, ghost soldiers were encouraged to use any means of creative thinking to confuse the enemy. So basically, they were just dropped in and told to go full MacGyver. Sometimes they'd even send members of the unit into town wearing fake medals of different various ranks, just to confuse any spies that might happen to be watching and following them. Being like, I don't know, I followed them into town and there was like a sergeant major captain talking to a sniper lieutenant general. Now, this division was believed to have the highest IQ among the Army, with 119 being the average amongst the unit. Now, this unit was used in 22 large-scale campaigns all throughout Europe, from Normandy to the Rhine River. Ghost Army was responsible for saving thousands of lives, helping to liberate Europe. Helping to liberate Europe with the 31st, 33rd Signal Service Company in Italy. Based in Britain near Stratford-upon-Avon. The bulk of the unit arrived in England in May 1944, and they quickly got to work. They took part in Operation Fortitude, a British-designed and led D-Day deception of a landing force designated for Pas de Calais. Pas de Calais. They were able to give the illusion that several thousand troops were able to land and set up an airfield behind enemy lines shortly before D-Day. And they pulled this off using inflatable tanks, fake aircraft, jeeps, trucks, and in some cases, real tanks disguised as fake trucks. And with the speakers that they had on the back of the Jeeps, they would just drive around the woods, just blaring the sounds of just troops on march, just to sound like they were a large-scale force, just like, you know, just hiding in the woods.
What the hell is wrong with you? There's something in those trees.
Now, 2 weeks after D-Day, some of the troops went to Normandy. There, they simulated a mulberry harbor. And what a mulberry harbor is apparently it's a temporary harbor set up so that you can land your ships on the enemy shore. So basically what they did was they made a fake one just to be fired at so that the enemy wouldn't notice the real ones. From there, the entire unit assisted in tying up the German defenders of Brest. From there, the entire unit assisted in tying up the German defenders of Brest by simulating a much larger force that encircled the enemy. Moving east with the rest of the Allied forces, the 23rd set up base and performed several other deceptions. One of crossing the Rohr River in Luxembourg, also positions on the Magnan Line in Harpenden Forest. I'm so sorry. I really can't pronounce any of these. And finally, a major crossing of the Rhine River, which drew the attention of the German troops. Now, all the members of the Ghost Army were sworn to secrecy. And aside for like one slip-up in a newspaper article published right after the war, it went pretty much totally secret up until a Smithsonian article was published in 1985. So that's about 40 years. That's about 40 years that no one said anything. Like someone's grandpa fucking defeated the Nazis with an inflatable tank balloon and didn't tell a fucking soul. Which kind of makes you think of what a group of less than 1,100 people can keep secret from the public.
Breaking news this hour, officials say multimillionaire Jeffrey Epstein has taken his own life.
I also love that this came out in the 80s, so theoretically there were still like some Nazis surviving and in hiding. Just hearing this come out and being like, no. No. And that one guy that had to go back and report to the Fuhrer like, we don't know how tens of thousands of enemy troops got right under a cute little mustache. And the entire existence of the Ghost Army was kept classified until it was officially brought to the public in 1996. Then all the surviving members of the unit were officially able to get the recognition that they so rightfully deserved. And for that, thank you. Howdy. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. If you did, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm doing my best to grow my channel out this year. If you enjoyed this video, I hope I earned your subscription. And yeah, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'll see y'all next time.